those very interesting images that are coming in this morning from the Delhi Metro. That is the Prime Minister, as you can see, engaged in a very animated conversation. You can see the passengers over there who were on board that train speaking to the Prime Minister, telling him about various things. He, of course, interacting and, of course, having a very chatty time with all of the passengers on board. It's very interesting that the Prime Minister, of course, chose to board the metro and head towards Delhi University, where he's scheduled to, in fact, participate in the valedictory ceremony of the centenary celebrations of Delhi University. He will be shortly arriving at the Delhi University Sports Complex, where that program is scheduled to happen, where he will be addressing the gathering of students and teachers. The Prime Minister earlier this morning boarded that metro train from Lok Kalyan Marg. Remember that the Prime Minister's residence is at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, previously known as Racecourse Road. He has boarded the metro, which is not very far again from his residence. He's boarded the metro train from there, and to the surprise of the passengers already on board that train, they of course were met with none other than the Prime Minister of India, traveling as a co-passenger with them. So he, of course, took that time, the journey time, to sit with them, interact with them, speak to them, listen to them. As you can see, those students, there are very many young people on board that train, clearly, because that is one of the metros that these young students board, which is in fact headed towards Delhi University. So the Prime Minister will be shortly arriving at Delhi University. He will lay the foundation stone of the Delhi University Computer Center and the building of the Faculty of Technology and of the academic block, which will be built in the North Campus of the university. The University of Delhi, remember, was established on the 1st of May 1922. So in the last 100 years, in fact, the university has grown and expanded immensely and now has 86 departments, 90 colleges and more than 6 lakh students, and has contributed immensely, of course, towards nation building. So a huge university, one of the premier universities of the country, that the Prime Minister is slated to address today on the occasion of centenary celebrations. The Prime Minister there to shortly deboard at the Delhi University Metro Station, the Vishwavidyalaya Metro Station, and head towards the sports complex, where he will be in fact addressing that gathering which is waiting patiently for the Prime Minister to arrive. But the Prime Minister already in fact surprised some of those students, possibly headed for their classes this morning, a regular morning for them, headed for their classes, headed to university. Did not expect to find the Prime Minister of India traveling with them on the same metro that they probably take every day from home to university. You can see that there are all smiles on board as those students interact with the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister also seems to be having a good time interacting with students. He does obviously want to know from young minds exactly what's on their mind, what do they want to see in terms of the future of the country, because these are the young people who, of course, will become instrumental to the process of nation building for the generations to come. So the Prime Minister there interacting with those young people on board that metro that he took from Lok Kalyan Marg. He is to shortly arrive, in fact, to Delhi University. In fact, the Prime Minister has just tweeted about the same as well. On the way to the DU program by the Delhi Metro, happy to have youngsters as my co-passengers. So that is what the Prime Minister has said. Happy to have youngsters as my co-passengers. So clearly, he's had a very interesting morning. You can see the Prime Minister all smiles, laughing. The students also having a very good time interacting with the Prime Minister over there. Quite unexpected for them, but probably had the opportunity to speak with him, tell him exactly what they've been thinking. These are students who seem to be extremely bold in expressing their views, not taken aback by the Prime Minister's presence, in fact, on the metro train, taking this opportunity to make the most of it. How often do you find the Prime Minister of India on board a metro train with you as co-traveler? So clearly making the most of this morning, probably taking pictures as well, because this is a moment that they're going to cherish and they're going to go back home and boast about as well, that today as they were headed to university, they met the Prime Minister of India on board the metro train. So that is, of course, the Prime Minister. As you see, he is headed towards the valedictory ceremony of the centenary celebrations of Delhi University. That is to happen at the multipurpose hall of Delhi University Sports Complex. He will be shortly addressing that gathering on that occasion.